talk about digital currency. It's this world, right? Just full of hype, headlines, and a ton of noise. So today, we're going to cut right through all of that to build a really solid foundation of understanding. Let's dive in. This right here, this single idea is pretty much the key to everything we're going to talk about. In a market known for being a total roller coaster, mastering your own psychology is just as critical as analyzing the charts. So keep this in your back pocket. It's going to be our guide through this sometimes chaotic world. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start by figuring out our approach, investing, not gambling. Then we'll get our terms straight with crypto versus digital money. After that, we dive into winning the mental game, then navigating market volatility, and we'll wrap it all up by looking beyond quick riches. The goal is simple, to get you from a place of curiosity to one of real confidence. So where do we begin? Well, before you even think about putting a single dollar on the line, you have to make a fundamental choice. And honestly, the path you choose right now is going to shape every single thing you do from here on out. We've all seen the hype, right? The stories about instant millionaires, how it's a get-rich-quick scheme that's all about luck and timing. And yeah, that stuff makes for a great headline. But the reality for people who actually find success here is, well, it's a lot less dramatic. It's a discipline. It requires study, planning, and making careful decisions. It's not just a roll of the dice. And this chart just lays it all out perfectly. An investment is based on analysis. You're shooting for long-term, sustainable growth. Speculation, on the other hand, is all about chasing those short-term price swings for a quick profit. In gambling, well, that's just pure luck and chance. You have to know which one of these you're doing. It is absolutely crucial. Okay, section 2. To invest with any kind of clarity, you have to speak the language. So let's lock in 2 key terms that get used all the time and are very often confused. So first up is digital money. And here's the thing, you're already an expert at using this every single day. When you tap your credit card, see that direct deposit hit your bank account, or use an app to pay a friend back for lunch, you're using digital money. It's been a part of our lives for decades. Now, cryptocurrency, this is where the game totally changes. It's a special kind of digital money, and its superpower is decentralization. That means there's no central bank, no government, nobody pulling the strings. It operates on its own, on these global networks, often using that technology you've probably heard of called blockchain. So here's the bottom line. While every cryptocurrency is a form of digital money, not all digital money is a cryptocurrency. That huge difference comes down to having no single point of control, incredible security, a public record of transactions, and the fact that there are literally thousands of different projects out there. All right, we've got the technical stuff covered. Now we turn to what a lot of seasoned investors will tell you is the hardest part. See, it's not really about mastering the market. It's about mastering yourself. This is the battle happening inside your head. Fear is what drives you to panic sell when the market dips, which just locks in your losses. And greed? That's that FOMO, that fear of missing out. It pushes you to buy at the very peak of the hype, usually right before a big drop. Trust me, both are a recipe for disaster. So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? In a market that can swing up or down 20% in a single day, how do you possibly stay calm and rational? How do you fight back against these super powerful feelings? Your defense is actually pretty simple, but it's so effective. Rule 1, only invest money you can genuinely afford to lose. We're talking money you don't need for rent or bills. If you don't need the money, you won't make desperate decisions. Rule 2, stick to your plan. You make a plan when you're thinking clearly, so you can follow it when your emotions are screaming at you to do the exact opposite. It's your anchor in the storm. So, now that we have that disciplined mindset as our shield, let's talk about the environment where it gets put to the test. The wild, unique world of the digital currency market. Volatility. It's the one word you hear more than any other, and it is absolutely a double-edged sword. You see, the same wild swings that can create these massive opportunities for growth, well, that's also where all the risk comes from. You just can't have one without the other. Look, understanding these traits is a must. We're talking about a young market that moves fast. Projects come and go. You, the investor, have way more responsibility for your own security. And the rules, well, they're still being written. Setting realistic expectations has to start right here. And all of this brings us to our final and maybe most important section. It's time to take apart the biggest, most dangerous myth in this whole space, the idea of getting rich overnight. We've got to be brutally honest here.
For every single incredible success story you see on social media, there are countless untold stories of people who lost their savings chasing that exact same dream without any preparation or any kind of plan. And when you really look under the hood of those overnight success stories, you find it's not some secret strategy you can copy. It's a rare, almost impossible combination of perfect timing, a huge dose of good luck, and the wisdom to make the right moves at exactly the right time. This right here is the mindset shift that really matters. Instead of chasing a lottery ticket, the real achievable goal is to arm yourself with knowledge and use a disciplined approach, one that aims for sustainable growth over the long haul. So, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one simple question. Your answer is going to define everything, not just your strategy, but your whole experience in this space. It's the difference between being a gambler tossed around by the waves and being an investor who is patiently navigating toward a real destination. The choice is yours.